Hey YouTube, this is Mr. Nometa here, bringing you an update for scraps, and this is after Storm of Ragnarok update. I'm still missing a couple of cards. If you guys out there have the cards I'm missing, it'd be greatly appreciated if you messaged me or something, send me to your binder to make me look. Anyway, to start off, we have the same the same two tuners that you had last time. 3 scrap goblins, 3 scrap beasts. I think these cards are very much necessary in this deck, especially when you run 3 scrap storms. But now you also include 2 scrap worms. I'm still looking for one of those. Scrap worm, level 2 tuner, can attack your opponent directly for 500, and then it's destroyed at the end of the battle phase, and then you get to select a scrap in your graveyard, return it to your hand. So he's actually just a good recycle card. The problem with scraps is that I thought they had to be a lot more defensive. He actually makes this a lot more aggressive. Even though it's only 500 to attack, and yes, you have to waste a normal summon on him for the most part, he's still a really good option if you're stuck mid to late game. So I run 2. And plus, level 2 tuner. Come on, more options for sinking. Then 3 scrap chimera. Kind of useless with scrap worm since you can't sink for level 6, because there is no level 6 scrap monster yet. But still, very good playable card. Get scrap dragon out there really easily, or scrap archfiend if you need to. 2 scrap golems, 3's dead, 1 you never draw, so 2's the perfect amount. Easy sinking. Yeah, really easy sinking. Go for scrap dragon, scrap twin, very easy. And then 2 cards that only one person pulled, and he valued them a bit too high. Scrap breaker. And it's not his fault he valued them high, it's just that eBay right now is kind of valuing them kind of high for my taste. I think they'll go down. Scrap breaker, if you don't know what it is, it's a 2100 attack monster, 700 defense. You can special summon it from your hand if your opponent controls a monster, so he has the Cyber Dragon effect. But then when you special summon that way, destroy a face-up scrap. This many tuners that have their juggling effect, so many tuners with the juggling effect, he is absolutely amazing. I know I'm pointing at a fake card, but I don't care, it's great. And with that much destruction, including the breaker, you need a scrap searcher. I actually did build another different type of scraps that didn't use searcher in place of using Noblemen of Crossout and a couple of other defensive and destruction cards. But this new stuff with the breaker, he's just too useful. He's too good. You can even special breaker, destroy himself, and then special him if you wanted to, and then you could sacrifice him for golem. Not a very useful object, not a very that high valued play, but it does happen every now and then, and sometimes it does win games. Level Eater, of course, destruction fodder, Summoner Monk, easy scrap dragon, or Stardust. 2 Cyber Dragons, more sink fodder. Only 1 Gigantes this time, or Gigantus, however you want to pronounce his name. I've been asked if he's a viable option in scraps. And truth is, with this many Earth monsters, he's really viable. I probably would run 2, but I don't have any more room in this deck. I want to keep this deck at 40 anymore, and it could be easily dead. Time for the spells. 2 scrapyards. I may actually take one of these out for something else, probably not a Gigantes, but for right now I'm using 2. You can choose whatever you want. 3 scrap storms. If you don't use 3, then you're not doing scraps right. That card is way too good in scraps. Mind control. Sink fodder. Dark hole, because it's good. Foolish burial. Get searcher or level eater in the grave very easily. It's a great card, I guess. 2 books. If I were to take out Scrapyard, I'd probably take it out for a 3rd book. Monster Reborn, Cold Wave, Trunade, Mist. Now, my old deck ran Royal Decrees, and they're still sided, but I got a couple of advice, and it's some very popular decks started popping up in my locals, like Fish OTK. No, not just locals, friends of mine, I guess. Fish OTK, where they didn't run many traps, or so then Royal Decree was just dead. So I actually decided in more traps. 2D prisons, or put in more traps. A Call to Haunted, a Mirror Force, a Torrential, that's it. That's it for traps. Yeah, it's a very basic build of my deck, and I'm still tweaking it. I'll probably post another video, see if I can come up with anything better. But this is much better than the last build. If you go back on my channel, I guess you can look at it. Now it's time for sinks. First off, Atomic Scrap Dragon. Honestly, don't use him. If you have a Brainak, use him instead. I don't have a Brainak, so yeah. He's only good against Lightsworns and plants. Anything else, he's not good at all. So I wouldn't use him, and he's much more difficult to get out. If you can get him out, you're more than likely be able to get two Scrap Twins out, a Scrap Twin out, or a Scrap Dragon. But I run two Scrap Twins, it's the Brainak of the deck, and it's the closest I have to the Brainak. And I think he's actually better than Brainak in this specific deck. Then three Scrap Dragons. Absolutely amazing card, easy to get out. Two Stardust, obvious reasons why. Colossal Fighter, Red Dragon Archfiend, Scrap Archfiend, Black Rose Dragon, Yo-Yo Guardian, Cataster, and a Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon. Still the same reason as my last update, why I run Chimera Tech. If you notice, Arcanite's now out of there. It's now in my binder. If you want to look at my binder, just go to my channel or click on the link that I'll post. So yeah, that's my scrap deck updated. I'm desperately looking for breakers. If you have a breaker, message me. I will try to get that off your hands. And this mat, it's not mine, it's a friend's, but if you want to trade for it, or sell, or pay cash for it, I guess, just message me, I'll message him, and I'll get him to look at it. So, yeah, that's it for me. See ya.